Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Good morning, everybody. Today, all day, wow, it's a Craftsman push mower. He said that thing's been sitting for 4 years. I get this so much this season. Everybody's bringing me stuff they haven't used in a good long time because I guess everybody's, well, a lot of people are getting rid of their lawn service because of the economy, I guess. And people are dragging out their old stuff. Yep. He said this has been sitting for 4 years and he wants to start using it again. Yep. This one's got the Quantum style engine. 190cc Briggs and Stratton Platinum. He also said he wants me to check the self-propel. Maybe we can get lucky and adjust it if it ain't working. Well, let's get busy, man. Let's get this thing checked out. Let's see what it's going to need. Let's see if we can make it run again. Let's do it. Of course, I know we're going to have to go through the carburetor and fuel system. Let me just pick it up and check the blade. Yep, blade's on upside down. Yeah, look at that. Upside down blade. Let me grab my flashlight. I'm gonna peek in there at that belt. Peek in there at that belt there. Yep, belt's on there. It looks pretty good for what I can see. Yeah, that blade's upside down. I wonder how long he's been using it like that. Well, let's get her checked out, man. Let's pull these covers off. I want to get to the carburetor. This one's got the auto choke, thank goodness. If it had that primer, man, I would check to see if that primer was working, and I would do everything in my power not to disturb that gasket between the air filter base and the carburetor. Ooh, I don't like those things. 99% of the time, if you take them apart, it won't work again. Then you got to put 2 and 3 gaskets on it, and they're just a big old pain. Let's see, let me get this cover off here. Well, you know, I'm gonna wait until I pull this cover off. I don't really need to do that yet. Don't need to do that yet. Let's check out the air filter. See what the state of it is. Don't look too awful bad. But you can see the cobwebs all over it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me lower the camera. That's not a good sign. Look at the goo inside that carburetor. Ew. It's like thick molasses in there, man. Ew. 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 Let me roll this mower back a little bit, get under some better lighting. Okay, let's pull this cover off and get this carburetor off. Worst case, we'll just give him a new carburetor. Yeah, buddy. Let's see, let me grab my 3/8 socket. Yeah, I gotta get this cover off. Just that plastic cover. Because I gotta be able to get to that 1/4 inch size head on that screw holding the choke vane on. Okay, let's see. Grab my fuel line clamp. Of course, he filled it up with fresh fuel which is going to be wasted. Yep. Oh God, that thing was loose. Look at there. Wonder it didn't fall off. Ooh, that thing is gooed completely up. Let that kind of rest like that. Get you a better angle of what I'm doing here. Get the fuel line clamp off. Get this out of the way. Twisty. Yeah. Let's see, we'll get the carburetor off now. Well, these bolts holding the carburetor loose. Wow, look at that right there. That's seized. Won't move. Throttle won't move either. A lot of times people will clean the carburetor. They'll clean out the bowl and everything and blow it off. But what they don't realize is this is seized. And when you put it back together and crank it, the RPMs will just shoot right up through the roof. And then they think they got governor problems, but it's this. Yeah. Okay. So we'll come over to the workbench. Let's get that bowl off and see what the state of the carburetor is. And in the meantime, I'm going to be draining this fuel tank. Let it drain, let it drain, let it drain. Yeah, you can see the nastiness coming out of the bottom of it. Well, I gotta get that thing to stay somewhere. I believe that'll drain pretty good. Yep, just that little initial nastiness come out of it, because all that nastiness and water will settle to the bottom. Get the cap off so it'll flow faster. And we'll just let that drain. I believe that pan's big enough, I hope so. Let's see, let me blow this thing off. So I can see what I'm working on. Okay. Grab my 1/2-inch socket. Ew. Shoo. Well, I was going to try to save that gasket, but man, look at that. Almost as dark as coffee. And of course the needle is seized up inside. Yeah, we're going to have to let this thing soak overnight. Get rid of that gasket. Whew, boy, that thing stinks. I'll tell you what, we may just get another carburetor. Wasting time with this. They usually just stamp the part number on there, but I don't see it. Anyway, golly. Eesh. Okay, it's moving a little bit. Good, that means it ain't seized in there. Where's my pliers? I guess pollen is still a problem. Yesterday I trimmed all my hedges and everything, did the yard work, and man, it's got me all kind of stuffy. Yikes. We'll definitely need a needle and rubber seat kit. Got plenty of those on the shelf over there. Get rid of all this. What's left of that pull gasket. All right. Yeah. Boy, look at that. Ew. See, when the engine comes to a stop, it'll automatically go back to full throttle and just sit there. And then when you crank it, the governor will take over and kind of control the speed. But when you cut it off, it just goes all the way full throttle. And then it'll sit and it'll stick like that. And that's why some folks think they got a bad governor problem. Okay, what we're going to do here is just let this thing soak overnight. I'm gonna leave that gasket on there. All right, let's see. Let me raise the camera up. Whew, boy, that thing's nasty. It smells like nastiness. Okay, let me grab my parts cleaner bucket. All right. All right, there goes the carburetor. Let this float around in the top of it. Put the needle in there. Put your bowl in there. Put the main jet in there. And just let it soak. Let it soak, let it soak, let it soak. That's it. And we'll set this over here. All right, fellas, we're going to let that thing sit overnight and soak. And then tomorrow we will get it out, clean it, put a new needle and seat in it, and see what it'll do for us. If not, we'll just get another carburetor. They're cheap. So y'all hang with. Alrighty. I got the carburetor out of the cleaner and I'm like, nope, 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 nope. I know this feller keeps his mower in his garage, and I am not taking a chance on that nasty, nasty carburetor. It's too cheap to buy a new one. Wow, there it is. Brand new one. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Let's get a new one. Let's see, I think I've already checked the hole in this thing, but I'm gonna check it again because I'm gonna run it here in a minute. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah, even though it looks clean and everything, you know, you gotta pull that rubber seat out of there and you gotta replace the needle and all that stuff, man. It's just not worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Okay. Let's see, let's get this one put on there. I just hope in all the melee, this choke vein right there didn't fall out of its groove. If it did, I'm gonna have to take this cover and all that stuff off and put it back. So let's see if we can get lucky. See if we can get lucky. Put the little screws in. Put the little screws in. You know, that's one thing I've been wondering. What is the definition of a screw or a bolt? Would you call those, I'd call it money. But anywho, what do you consider a screw or a bolt? What's the definition? Who can tell me? I guess this is a screw. Uh-oh, I just dropped it. God, it went all the way under there. Let's go dig it out. I'll consider that a screw because it holds that air filter housing on there. But would you consider, even though that's big, would you consider that a screw or a bolt? I mean, it bolts the carburetor on. Huh. Y'all ponder, let me know in the comments. I guess a bolt would be something that goes through and with a nut on the end, and a screw screws into something like that. I don't know, makes my brain hurt. Makes my brain hurt. All right, I got the carburetor tight. Get the fuel line back on. Let me grab my little clamp wire. Ooh, I gotta hurry up and get done with this video so I can get the fans back on. Man, it is hot already. It is summertime in the city. Oh yeah, that's still in the groove, I believe. Yeah, it didn't fall out of that groove, that's good. Because the flywheel spinning is what throws that open. And unchokes it once it cranks. But yet you've got a thermo sensor on the muffler that will grab this thing and it will force it that way too, so it can't just close. That way when you cut it off and it's still hot, it won't choke it. That's how that works. Okay, got the new carburetor on. I'm gonna go ahead and put fuel in it. Let that bowl be feeling. That way I'm sure it ain't got no leaks by the time I get done putting it together. Put some fuel in it. Put some fuel in it. That's about half a tank. When you tighten this down, be very careful. I have broken those off before. That's why I kind of brace it with a finger and give it a good tightening. They break very, very easy. All right. Let's get us another gasket. Another gasket. Put us a gasket on here. Let's see, that is the wrong gasket. Let me grab another gasket. Let me grab another gasket. Grab another gasket. All right, now that is the proper gasket. Proper. Grab the socket over here. Don't forget to hook your vent hose into that, because you'll be sucking dirt. Sucking dirt. Sucking some dirt. And that bowl has had ample time to fill up. Man, that rocks. I finally got to use the word ample in a video. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna set all this other stuff aside. Clear the table, we're gonna fire it up. Yep, I see the choke is working. It's got fuel in it. Set that right there. I'm not gonna screw that down yet. I'm gonna fire it up, make sure she's running. I'm gonna check the self-propel too. If she just so happens to feel like cranking. Hurrah! Well, all right there, that's sitting 4 years, crank first pull with a new carburetor. I would have worked for another half an hour cleaning that carburetor and putting it back on and replacing the needle and seat. Man, carburetor's just too cheap these days. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's get her raised back up and put her together. Finish putting her together. And that's good because I don't see no leaks. Self-propel works good. I'm gonna sharpen this blade. Oh, that's right. I remember now it was upside down. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put it over. Go ahead and get that thing off there. What is that, a 9/16 or is that a 5/8? That's a 9/16. Oh my goodness, that ain't good. Look at that. Look at that. That little 5-star pattern is completely broke off. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at that right there. You know, I don't know if I'm going to have another one of them, but they're really nice enough to write the part number on there. 581473301. We're going to have to get a new one of them. Let's go over here to the stash. Oh. Let's see here. Blade spindles. No, I ain't gonna have one. That ain't good, Captain. That ain't good. That ain't good. Ooh. That looks like a 1-inch shaft too. Let me measure that. It did. It broke every one of those little teeth off. Dangerous. 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 Yep. It's a 1-inch shaft. One-inch shaft. I do have one over here that's a 1-inch. Let's see what it is. And it is a Briggs and Stratton part. It's new in the box. I think it come off of a snapper. Let's see what we have. Yeah, that come off a snapper. That's not what we need. If I can get it out of the box. Nope. Nope. Yeah, that's off a snapper. Well, let me hit pause. I'm gonna go see if I can round one of these things up. Yep. Y'all hang loose just 1 minute. All right, blade adapter is ordered, being tomorrow. We'll go ahead and sharpen the blade. Sharpen the blade. Yeah, that thing was upside down. All we're doing really is just giving it a good shining. I'm not gonna not sharpen it, because it's part of the service. Good enough. Good enough. All right. Good enough. So now what we're going to do is we're going to finish putting it together. All right. And tomorrow, when that adapter comes in, all we got to do is slap it on and put the blade back on, and she will be done. He can come get his little mower. All right. All right. All right. These things are such a pain to line up. I tell you, I have more trouble with doing this. Where are you at, little hole? There we go. All right. I'm gonna give him a new air filter. Give him a new air filter. Ooh, I gotta order some more 49158/8s. Hang on to it, boy. All right, new air filter. I'm not changing his oil. Well, you know what, I am too, because this thing's been sitting for 4 years now. I don't care how clean the oil looks. It's got to have some viscosity breakdown. It's all part of the service. Yeah, even though it's full, and here, let's do that. Let's let the oil drain while we're changing the screw plug. We'll go around here. All right, let's make a mess. We ain't made a mess yet today. Oh God, this thing's heavy. That handle's gonna hit the camera. Well, it does look kind of dark, don't it? It's kind of deceiving. Good grief, there, hang on to it. I'm gonna sit here and hold it, because that handle's hanging off the table and it's wanting to fall over. It's darker than it looks on the dipstick. Darker than it looks on the dipstick. All right, that's about done. We'll give her another second or two. All right, that's good. Girl. Yeah, it's a little darker than it looked. I'm glad y'all decided to go ahead and change it. Find somewhere to set that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Give that a minute to settle down the dipstick tube while I grab a G19LM on this flathead. Looks like a new spark plug in it, but it's one of those cheap ones. It is one of those cheap ones. Yeah. One of those what do you call it, E3s. It is a brand new spark plug, but boy, that thing is a cheap spark plug right there. I'll give him one of my good ones. Click. Okay. Grab my rag. Well, I tell you, that's so weird. My business hours are set from noon to 5. And my phone blows up between 9 and about 11 every morning. And then as soon as noon gets here, nobody's around. Weird. But come about 2 o'clock, man, everybody just starts piling in again. Then I close at 5 and people are calling me at 6 and 7 wanting to come get their stuff. I'm like, come on. Come on and get your stuff. I don't do nothing after about 6 anyway, but watch YouTube till about 10 o'clock every night. I'm a YouTube addict. I catch up on Brian Welsh's videos and Shane's videos and Randall's, Vlad the Inhaler's videos. Try to keep caught up on everybody's videos, Big Mo's videos. I wish the Lawnmower Detective and Rusty Rooster would make some more videos. I ain't got to see their videos in a while. We need more videos. Okay, man, we have changed the spark plug, the oil, the air filter, sharpened the blade, new carburetor. Going to put the new adapter on there tomorrow. And she is ready to go. I'm going to take it outside, give it a cleaning, bring it back in, and tomorrow we will slap the new adapter on there and call this one done. Yep, y'all hang with. Alrighty, boys and girls, check it out. Hurrah. Slap that new blade adapter on there. Put the blade back on it and we are done. Done. Brand new blade adapter, changed the oil, new carburetor, air filter, spark plug. We've done a lot, but she's ready to go. She is ready to go back in service. Ready to go, Roy. All right, saved another one. I am so tired. Now the heat of the summer has kicked in and it's 110 degrees. I'm just kidding, it ain't that hot. All right, boys and girls, appreciate y'all watching another Tum Tummy video. I got some more stuff. Got some more stuff to do. Ooh, we'll just keep on trudging right along, man. I appreciate y'all watching the videos, and I will catch y'all on the next one. See ya.